I'll try this a new way. I'm gonna show you the tricks that I know. I'm getting tired of talking, and I need more of a show right now. It's time that you made your mind up, 'cause lately all it ever does is change. Feels like we're only talking, going round and around, back around. I will fight like no other every day. I won't stop like the others. I will stay, 'cause now is the right time, and I'm feeling alright. I'm playing your game like I know I can win right now. You got me up tonight, 'cause loving you is like I'm walking a tightrope so high. I won't be turning around, no, I won't be turning around. Feeling alright, I'm playing your game like I won't win tonight. I think I'll do it on my way. I'm gonna show you what I'm going through, get you out of your comfort zone, 'cause I need more of the truth right now. It's time that you made your mind up, 'cause lately all it ever does is change. Feels like we're only talking, going round and around, back around. I will fight like no other every day. I won't stop like the others. I will stay, 'cause now is the right time, and I'm feeling alright. I'm playing your game like I know I can win right now. You got me up tonight, 'cause loving you is like I'm walking a tightrope so high. I won't be turning around, no, I won't be turning around. Feeling alright, I'm playing stay, but I'm just gonna wait in the background, watching you talk to her. I know this might look bad, but I'm just gonna melt in the background, watching you lean into her. I'm a fool. I just wanna get close to you. Yeah, I wanna get close. I'm a fool. I know. Are you thinking about us too? 'Cause I don't know. Are you missing it just like I do? Are you worried about me too? 'Cause I'm thinking aloud, I'm wondering about you, eh? I don't even know what it feels like when your eyes are staring at me. I miss them. I'm about to lose it. All of my friends telling me to leave for the night. It's for the best. I'm a fool. I just wanna get close to you. Yeah, I wanna get close. I'm a fool. I know. Are you thinking about us too? Are you missing it just like I do? Are you worried about me too? 'Cause I'm thinking aloud, I'm wondering about you, eh? About you, baby. Want your kisses in the morning light. Wanna be next to you every night. No, I shouldn't love you, but I might. 'Cause your lips, they taste like cherry wine. You're no good for me. We're so bittersweet, but I still want you. I do. Baby, can't you see what you do to me? I just can't resist you. You got me drunk in love, I can't sleep. I need to sober up from this dream. I can't deny, I can't deny you. I can't deny, I can't deny you. Na 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 na. Na 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 na.
What's up, y'all? Sean here. Let me take that off. Teaser. What's up, y'all? Sean here. Welcome to Tuesday Night Studio Sessions. My name is Sean. I'll be your host. This is the pre-show, so let me know if you can hear me. Let me know if you can see me. This is where I make all the adjustments to make sure the night goes smoothly. So Saw Nacho in the chat. Stephen Drones is in the chat. Eat More Possum. Sometimes Nacho shows up and then he leaves, just so he can like take attendance and then leave. So I don't know if he's still here or not. But we're here. It's Tuesday night. We're gonna have a good time. I am doing some crazy things with the channel. I know I haven't been putting out videos. Live stream is about the only thing I've been doing lately. Just because I'm getting ready for camp and I'm buying and selling and doing a whole lot of moving around of my equipment. So yeah. So that's what I've been doing lately. And we are getting a patio poured on Friday. So that is where a lot of my thought will go. This is going to look a little gross, but I spilled my coffee a little bit. Just so I don't spill it anymore. I had to do some sucking. So yeah. I didn't know if tonight's live stream was going to happen. I took my computer apart twice, put it back together. I smelled this burning smell, but someone was cooking bacon downstairs. So don't ever work on your computer when someone's cooking bacon in the house, because I immediately thought I crossed wires I shouldn't have or shorted something out, and I was about to catch my office on fire. I took the power supply, I unplugged it from the power supply, turned the power supply off. But you never know if there's any lingering electricity in your boards and all that kind of stuff. I didn't touch any boards, but I was like, what's that smell? It started freaking me out. It's also pouring down rain outside and thundering. So hopefully we'll have electricity through this whole live stream. But how are y'all doing? How's y'all's week? Let me know in the chat what's going on. I saw a video from Brent this week, and it said this is the only footage that survived. So I'd like to hear what that story is. Are you still having issues with your SMO 4K going in and out, or corrupting files, or what was going on there? So some of the changes we're going to be doing with the channel. Excuse me. So I had purchased all this DJI stuff for camp. I got the ZenMuse X5 to go on the Inspire. And it was also going to be my Micro Four Thirds gimbal operated camera. And I was going to be all excited to have this super smooth footage. But I feel like DJI, or at least I'm gassy now. I feel like DJI has, they give you like 90% of the tools you need, and then you have to like go spend all this time researching just to make it do what you want it to do. So, so this is what I had. I had DJI Osmo handle with the ZenMuse X5 on it. And then I got an ultra bright Crystal Sky tablet, and I was like, man, this should be awesome. And then I had to buy a $40 adapter so I could use the Crystal Sky with the Osmo. And anyway, I got in this deep hole of buying all of this stuff just to get a rig, to find out that it still doesn't work very well. So I have given up on Osmos, DJI Osmos. I'm going to do some reviews on the Pockets. I've spent a lot of time on the original Pocket, and I have the Pocket 2. So we're going to play around with those on the channel. I think those are going to be fun, especially planning on going to Disney World this year. So I think the Osmo Pocket's going to play a big role in that vacation. Excuse me. But I have taken a turn, and I'm going to sell the Crystal Sky, sell the Osmo, sell the Zenmuse X5. Might keep the Inspire, but might just get the X3 to put on it, just so I can fly it around. And then I might even sell the Inspire. I don't know yet. I kind of got my Inspire fix, and now I'm like, I don't know. So all that to say, I am selling all that to get a Canon C100 Mark II. Okay. They're going for about $2,000 on eBay right now. It's about $3,000 at B&H. So I feel like if I sell all of that and get a C100, I think all of my footage is going to look a lot better. It's got a 35 millimeter sensor on it. It only shoots in 1080p, but the 1080p, it has a 4K, it's pulling in 4K video. So by the time you output it in 4K, like upres it, it looks really good, but you have smaller file sizes. So thinking about going that route. I've been watching a lot of videos, and what I see people get out of this camera. I've been wanting something that's very depth of field-ish, that's very bokeh-ish, that has wonderful colors, that does great in low light situations. So that is the plan. And then if I can make it, so camp starts July 5th. Wait, no, July 9th. So I might not be able to make it to camp doing all the switching around that I want to. But all things considered, I already returned the Views glasses. I decided not to even review those. I don't think they're for me, and I don't think they're for the middle-aged men that watch my channel. I don't think that technology's there yet. So I decided to just kind of do a hard pass on that, get that money back, start pulling all of my money into getting a really good camera. I think I'm due. I've got all these little cameras. I'm going to sell all these little cameras and hopefully get a really, really nice camera. And then focus more on DroneLink. And if the Mavic 3 comes out this year, I'll probably get that too. But I'm going to focus on, DroneLink, Insta360 Pro, Google Street View type things, and getting my YouTube quality better. What we're running on right now is I've got a little G7X. The reason I like it is because it's so small, and I've got it bolted onto the post of my that my monitors are connected to, and then I've got like lights up here. So I've got this shot pretty well done, But if I replace that little camera with a nice cinema grade camera, it'll get rid of all this noise in the background and stuff like that. So Eat More Possum answered my question that I asked a long time ago, and I'm sorry I have been rambling. I haven't got to it. So Eat More Possum was flying his FPV drone with the SMO 4K on it, and he titled the video, "This is all the footage that survived." So he says, I had too short of a power cable on the SMO, so anytime I hard landed, it yanked out and corrupted my video. That sucks. So every time he landed, he lost the video that he just took. So I think you need to like pad the bottom of your drone or something. Give it a nice cushy thing. I thought you were figuring out a way to to hold the cable in. What's up, Sunrise Water Media? Welcome to Tuesday night studio sessions. We're just talking about random stuff. I really don't have a topic tonight. We can talk about the Mavic Mini SE that people have been talking about. We can also talk about the possibility of the Mavic 3 Pro. And then we can also talk about the Google Street View that I did this week. So I'm planning on putting together a video. When I bought the Insta360 Pro, they offered two different versions of the Insta360 Pro. One of them was a Google Street View kit, and it came with a GPS sensor that you put on a suction cup, and then you put the camera on your car, and then you drive around. You record at 8K, 5 frames per second, and then as long as you don't stabilize your footage, you can upload that to Google Street View, and it'll pull screenshots from that video and make Google Street View, post them. I live in a fairly new neighborhood, so I decided to drive around my neighborhood. But I'm going to do a full-on video. Oh, okay. So back to what I was saying. When I bought the Insta360 Pro, it didn't come with the Google Street View kit because it was more of a VR professional rig. And since it's a discontinued camera, I couldn't find anywhere the GPS kit that Insta360 presented. So I've been looking around, asking around. Finally found some guys in the Facebook group that showed me ones that they had purchased aftermarket. Found one that's really, really nice. It's magnetic, and it's got maybe a 6-foot USB cable on it, so I can plug it in and magnet it. I can adhere it to my car magnetically there. And it's pulling a GPS signal. It's wonderful. And it's the same thing as back in the day whenever you used to have GPS on your laptop and you had to plug a GPS unit into your laptop. That's what it is, pretty much. It's just a GPS signal grabber. So with that said, I want to share with you. I sent some pictures. Actually, let me see if I can find the pictures real quick. Yep. All right. So this is my new baby. Before I get into that, let me see if I missed anything. Nacho says he's given up his tech addiction. Nacho says test. I think I agree with Brent on this. Got to add even more tech to that Subaru. So Sunrise Water says, I believe I inherited your DJI goggles via Brent. Now I just need to build it. Boy, those goggles. We should all write her name in it. Like take the face piece off and like get one of those silver Sharpies and just write our names in it, and then see, because I think those DJI goggles, I think they just bounce around from flyer to flyer. That's funny. That's pretty cool though. I hope they don't stink too much. I don't think I ever really sweat in them. When I was using them, it was fall, so it was pretty cold out. Brent's probably got his sweat in there. That's funny. Woo. So my sinuses are gone, but I've got this little lingering tickle in my throat that won't go away. So it's just enough where I can't, like if I laugh, I'll start coughing, or if I breathe heavy, I'll start coughing. And every time I drink something, it doesn't fix that. It just goes past it. If I get a good coughing going, then I can get it out. But okay. So this has been on the screen for a little while. This is my wedding picture with me and my mother. No, that's not what we're looking at. That's my wedding book, actually. Dang it. Okay. So what this is a Camtree gripper. And I'm going to do a full review on my channel because this is one of the coolest things I've purchased in a long time. I bought drones, and I'm like, the drone game for me is starting to get a little stale, just because, I got another drone that can fly up in the air and it can shoot good video. Like, it's not a surprise anymore, and it's not groundbreaking anymore to me. I've had drones for years that hold their position. Like, I was amazed at the Mavic Pro when it came out. And then I think the Mavic Air excited me again, where it could fly around things. Skydio excites me a little bit. But I feel like, and don't get me wrong, I'm still going to review drones on this channel. And I'm still going to take beautiful aerial video and all that kind of stuff. But as a creative person, I'm almost bored with drones at this point. I tried to get into the FPV game, but my eyes don't work with it. My eyes aren't good enough. And it's not glasses. It's just, the FPV kind of gives me a headache a little bit. So I'm really good at 360 video as well. So I'm going to do, instead of just reviewing what's the latest flavor of technology that's out there, I'm starting to buy professional equipment and teach people. I want to teach you guys how to use your equipment better. If I buy every drone that comes out, then I do 3 videos and then move on. And I don't think that I don't think I'm doing you guys a service anymore. So with DroneLink, I want to learn how to fly DroneLink and get that really, really good. I want to learn how to do Google Street View or do VR videos, VR 180 videos, just do some amazing things with my 360 camera. And then with the Canon C100, I want to get back into swappable lenses and ISOs and f-stops, and I want to go back there. I even want to buy some like antique Russian lenses and put them on my camera and do like some artsy film type of video. And I also want to go around and do like kind of more travel videos around Nashville, because I live in Nashville, Tennessee. It's a great tourist place, and I talk about making video all the time, and I never make videos. So anyway, that's kind of the path, the journey that I'm kind of moving towards. My live stream will still be my live stream, but I want to grow, and this pandemic has kind of made me stale a little bit. Okay, so this Monday, Was that when I sent you guys the pictures? I don't know if I did it Monday or not. Well, Monday was yesterday, so yeah, I did it Monday. This is the Camtree gripper. And what this is this is a professional grade suction cup mount for cameras. I believe it can hold, let me see. This one could hold, that's not the one I got. Is that it? No. Sorry, stand by. No, I think that is what I got. 22 to 44 pounds. So it can hold 44 pounds. My Insta360 camera is 3 pounds. So it's more than enough suction cup tripod to make that happen. Okay. So what it is, it has these 3 suction cups that are really strong suction cups. I mean, they really suck. And then this is kind of like a light stand adapter. So you put this in here and screw that down. And then this is a ball joint with a 1/4-20. And then this is a segment, and this is a segment, and then this is another 1/4-20 ball joint, and this is a shorter segment that goes into another one of these rig things. Nacho, what was the name of the thing that you love so much that I reviewed a couple years ago? It was like a green ball. You made like a weapon out of it. But this is another one of those types of things. It's a big piece of steel, like it's a heavy piece of steel or milled some kind of a metal. It might not be total steel, but it's got all these 1/4-20 holes all around it that you screw these things into, all these different configurations. There's a tripod, and there's a 1 for 2 on the bottom. And then I've got my Insta360 camera on top. This is not mine, but this gives you kind of an idea of what it would look like on top of your car. Okay. So it puts your camera high enough that you can kind of see around it. Something they're not showing here is there's these 2 eyelets. I've got one on each side. Those are also 1/4-20. And then it has these black wires that you can attach your camera to your car. So I did that. And then here's an article on Insta360's website about the whole process. But so anyway. So that's what I did. And I want to show you the video that I made. So with Insta360, what they suggest is recording an 8K 360 video at 5 frames per second. So I'm going to tell you right now, the video is kind of crappy. Like, I would never do anything 5 frames per second. What it's really for is for speeding it up. But since you can't stabilize the footage, it's kind of bouncing around. But I'm going to play it for you. And this is complete equirectangular. That is how it's going to show tonight. But so we're here on my street. I put where the Camtree gripper is, I put my SeanHydeStudios.com kind of bottom thing. So, but as you can see, we're going down the street and we've got street view. So what's going to happen is when I upload this video, it's going to take a screenshot. So let's say this screenshot right here. It's going to grab the screen and then convert this into one segment of Google Street View. Okay. And since it has GPS location, every one of these frames, it will put it on the map exactly where it was taken from. So basically what I did was I just kind of drove around the neighborhood. You get to see all the people breaking the rules. You get to see the people that mow their yard and the people that don't mow their yard. And I think it's kind of neat. Everybody always picks on me on my channel for replacing the sky with the sky that's not moving. But check it out, y'all. The sky doesn't move much. Kind of moves. But anyway. So this is us going down the road from my Google Street View. And yeah, that's what I did this week. That's something that excites me. I see some people already left. So there that is. But it was something that I wanted to accomplish. I've always wanted to do stuff like that. But have never been able to. So now that I'm able to, I'm planning on, selling that service to like the city of Smyrna. I can drive around all day, every day with my Google Street View camera on and make an actual video or make actual street views that are updated. I can tell you my neighborhood is at least 4 years old. Or no, I want to say 6 years old because the part of the neighborhood that this part right here, this newer part, isn't there at all. So instead of going around and taking a picture and then taking the step and then taking a picture, I think it's really neat that you can upload a video and it'll pull screen grabs. The video from the Insta360 Pro is good enough to pull screenshots from it and do legitimate Google Street View. So, Eat More Possum says, so they have footage on Street View that isn't shot with one of their official cars. Most of the footage on Google Street View is from Google Street Cars. But Google Street View cars don't go everywhere. So what we're going to do is I am going to I'm doing this as a test, but I'm going to go around and find streets all over Smyrna that are not Google Street View, that are not on Google Street View. And I'll show you in a minute how to figure out whether that street is on Google Street View or not. Okay. Something else. I want to show you that real quick. So this woman right here, there. So this woman right here is getting her groceries. And she looked over at me and saw my camera on my car and she gave it a big wave, right? So something that Google Street View has is I put on there to automatically blur out license plates and faces. So she's going to be there, but it's going to blur out her face. Oops. So, but I mean, this is just a new process that fascinates me. It's kind of tantalizing my taste buds, if you will. Stephen Drone says something like Google Earth. Yep. Google Earth and Google Maps are not much different. They pull from the same database, and they even have a mobile SDK. Google has a mobile SDK that other applications use. So, I've built websites for years. So I had a Google Pro account where I had a license to embed Google Maps on every website that I built. So whenever I was making a contact page and we would put a Google map on their website, then I would go out and take all of their personal information, like their contact information for their business, upload it to Google, and then their business would show up on their map. And you could get driving directions directly on their website. It's very handy. But something else is so Stephen Jones says you can go right on the road. So, yep. So basically what I'm doing, Steve, is I'm driving it like this. So I've got the camera on my car, and then I can drive my car on the road. I'm not sure if that's exactly what you're asking, but I'm going to show you something else. So this is Google Maps. Let me take that off of there. This is Google Maps. And if you turn on this little guy, you turn on Street View. Okay. And I can go all along here. If you go here, you can tell that some roads have Google Street View and some don't. So let's say we went here. Back when they took this Google Street View, this was going to be a road, but wasn't, didn't end up being a road. They stopped here. Okay. And the Google Street guy, we can't put him anywhere else. So if it clicks here, Google Street View, you can go drive wherever you want to. And let's go over to this car. Let's go one more. So here's an example of where they blurred out the back of the car. It's not always perfect when they blur things out, but it keeps you legal, right? When Google Maps first came out, there was this website of all these weird things that people saw on Google Street View that they hadn't blurred out. But let's go back. And I'm going to search Pinewood. All right, this is Pinewood Social. All right, and what Pinewood Social is, it's a place downtown Nashville. And back when I was driving Uber, I spent my lunch break taking pictures. Okay. Now, I'm going to see if I'm still here. Okay, so we're going to click on, this is the building, and I'm going to click on this picture right here. All right, now, and I think this is the one I took. but we're going to see if I'm here anywhere. Oh, look at that guy right there. That's me. So this was something that I took with my, I believe it was my Ricoh Theta V. And as you can see, this is Street View, April 2016, taken by Sean Ide. So that's all my information up there. And it even has image capture was on April 2016 in the United States. Looks like I uploaded it with Picasa. That's crazy. And it wasn't a very good picture, but I was testing out this little mount that I made out of a gutter, like one of those, I don't even know what you call it, like a drain you get at Home Depot. And then I had 2 washers and a bolt. And then I had 2 washers and a nut. And then a really long threaded rod up through it. And then that screwed into the camera. And that is the day that I took a picture with that. And you can see it's so minimal that I was really happy with that rig. But at the time, it was pretty fragile. So I went out in the parking lot that day, and sometimes I'll take a picture with a 360 camera and I'll hide from the video or hide from the photo. So I put it up in the middle of the road, like over like a crosswalk with all these yellow lines and stuff. And then I ran around the corner, took a picture, and I came back and my camera was on the ground. The wind had blown my camera over and it had scratched the lens. So that's not good. But they sent me a new one. So let's go back here. I have a feeling all these are mine. This is one I did. So there's my little mount. Have it leaning up against the bowling alley. This is a coffee shop that has a bowling alley in it, downtown Nashville. It's such a cool place. And this used to be an old train yard. So this is an old train or a trolley. These were like trolley barns is what they call them. And so what I did was I put my camera here and I'm standing. Actually, that might be my phone sticking out right there, but I'm standing right there taking the picture. See if there's another one. They had just set up for a party, so they let me go in there and take pictures. This was an awesome shot because I was able to hide my mount underneath the table. Oh, that's the one I just went to. This is one where I put my mount right between the crack of those 2 tables that were right there. And I think I'm like right there. And then this is one I did not take. 360 Nashville. So I might contact 360 Nashville and maybe we can hook up and do some stuff. Andrew Kaler. All right, this is another one that I took. This is out. They've got this little, it's kind of like a kiddie pool. Like their backyard is not that big, but they've got this Airstream that they've turned into like a kind of a snack bar, and you can hang out here. And I have no idea where I am. I might be on the other side of this bush or something. So let's see if so this looks like it was done by the car itself. And I love this. Okay, so And so the reason I wanted to show you this is because so the reason I wanted to show you guys this is because all of the images that I'm going to take and put in Google Street View, they use that APK for this application that I use in on my Oculus Quest called Wonder, and I love it because I can put my VR headset on and I can go anywhere in the world and just hang out. There's even a Google Earth app that's amazing. You can fly over the Earth, and it's pretty interesting. And that's with Google satellite imagery. And this is, am I frozen? But I just want to show you this right here. So this is 2019, and then this is 2009. So look at this dump. Okay. I think this is really, really cool. So right here, there's a break. This is 2000. Oh, wait, no, that's still 2009. Look at this. It's just a dump. This is 2019. I found this in my VR headset one night. I was like, oh, that's so cool. So I kept going back and forth and then looking at different things. So see this nice sidewalk that they poured, and these buildings look really cool and trendy. This one has a nice 35 on it. You go one step over. Oh, still go one step more. It's just a trash hole. Here, someone probably got murdered right back there. You never know. And this is 2007. Isn't that crazy? And now you can go back into here. See if we can hit another time warp. Probably not. So anyway, I think that is really, really cool. Stephen Drone says he saw the Google Street View car come down his street. I parked next to one at a Five Guys burger one time and had a conversation with the guy that was working it. Here's another example of where they blurred out this guy's face and they blurred out this license, but they did not blur her face out. She's probably too far away to recognize, but so yeah, I hope that's interesting to you guys. It's very interesting to me, so it'll end up on the channel. But yeah, there was another the guy that I took the tutorial from, or the guy that I learned from on YouTube, he has a town in Germany believe it's Germany, and they don't, none of it is on Google Street View. And so what he did, the reason he did Insta360 Pro on top of his car was so that he could get Google Street View. Now, I have a feeling that Google Street View is always going to take precedence over pictures and videos that you shoot yourself. But if there's an area that's outdated and they haven't gotten back to it, they might use yours in Google Street View instead of someone else's. And I don't know what the difference is right here. This is official Google. So not sure exactly what the difference is, but I do know that you can be trusted. We just went back in time, y'all. I think this is an interesting building down here. This building right here is not a building at all. That's very interesting to me. Like, it looks like a building, but as you can see, it's hollow and it's full of like electrical stuff. Like, there's an ugly outside factory covered by brick walls that make it look cool. So, I'm stuck. So, oops. All right. So, yeah. So that's what I did this week. And I'm planning on putting out a legitimate tutorial. The only issue is it takes like maybe a month to get for them to finally approve your images and upload them to Google Street View. So I'm going to do a part 1 of the tutorial and then a part 2 of the tutorial. The part 1 is going to be everything leading up to uploading to Google Street View, and then the part 2 video will be, just kind of a show and tell whenever the pictures show up actually on Google Street View. Something else you get to do is you get to put cover up either the zenith, which is the top one, or the nadir, which is the bottom. I don't know if that's how you say it, nadir. Here in Nashville, we call it the nadir, but it might be the nadir, or anyway, it's the bottom. It's South Pole. Whatever you do there, you can cover up to 25% of your picture with whatever you want to. It has to be appropriate, of course, but I put Sean Hyde Studios and then www.seanhydestudios.com on the bottom of it. Nacho took star pictures. That's pretty cool. Do you need to have Nacho, do you need a place that doesn't have a lot of light pollution? Like, do you have to go out in the middle of a field? I saw some pictures like in your driveway. Since you're like, is the image quality a lot better if you go out in the middle of a field where there's no light around? That was something I was wondering when I was looking at some of your pictures. You got some killer pictures of the moon, and I was like, man, that's cool. But I didn't know if you get better pictures if you're out in the middle of the field somewhere. So Stephen Jones says, is there anything better than Google Earth Pro? I'm not sure that anybody has a better database than Google. I'm going to be honest. Google's been at it for a long time. I do know that there's an app we used to check in everywhere, and you could be like the mayor of McDonald's or whatever. I forget what the name of it. Was it Foursquare? Foursquare. So there used to be an app called Foursquare, and that app is no longer. But the people that made that database are still building that database, and they're behind Yelp and behind all these other places where people just upload pictures of where they are all the time. Everybody's smartphone has GPS location on it now. So every picture that's uploaded, can be tagged with a location. And so they're just building this, like, it's brilliant. You just let people take selfies of each other and take pictures of food and stuff. And all of a sudden you're building a database. So Google Tours, Google Street View, Google has a great database, but at the same time, there's some other applications that grab data, such as that. So Nacho said, yes, I went to a dark area of Pennsylvania. Much, much better. He went to a campground. That's awesome. Yeah, when I was taking a photography class, we went out in the middle of nowhere to take full moon pictures, and it was so cool because the only thing lighting your shot was the moon, and you could take these long exposures, and since the moon was lighting stuff, but it didn't light it very much. The earth would move, or the moon would move around the earth just enough so that it would cancel out all the shadows. So it was a lot of fun. But yeah. So that's kind of what's coming up on the channel. I'm working things out. But yeah. And I don't think I'm gonna be on here for much longer tonight. I'm still trying to get ready for camp, and so these live streams for the next month might be, just stick to about an hour. That way I can focus on getting another video out this week. But yeah, I would have had a video to show you guys this week, but Stephen Jones didn't send me anything. So if you would like to share some of your videos on my channel, there's the information right below. SeanHydeStudios.com is the one-stop shop for everything. I have killed the club. Club is over. Nobody wanted to be a part of my club, so killed that. And what else have I done on Sean Hyde Studios? Oh, I do have something to talk about. Let me go there. So if you go to SeanHydeStudios.com, there is a t-shirt link. And the camp t-shirt that I made this year had the sunset graphic on it. And I was like, you know what? That would be a cool summer type shirt. So I want to show you the new design up on SeanHydeStudios.com. Are y'all ready for this? So with everything that I have in my store, I have this new design called Fly Inspired. And this is kind of a beach type design with a silhouette of an Inspire. It's got Shawnite Studios colors all over it, but I thought it would make a um, really cool hat. This is the trucker hat with it on it. And I just think it's kind of a cool little design. And I've got it on different colors. Where's it at? So I don't really wear tank tops, but some of you might. It's kind of a cool summer tank top. If you fly DJI Inspire or have had it inspired in the past, there's that design. For Steven Drones, I've got a Flying Six Blades. So this is the same concept with a silhouette of a Unique Typhoon H. So I thought that would be something you would like, Steven Drones. It's very beachish, very kind of retro. And then I went a little bit further with my Fly Unfolded. So I wanted something that was kind of ambiguous. So it looks like it could be an Air 2S. It could be a Mavic 2 Pro. So anyway, that's what that's about. So yeah. Nacho said he sent me some pictures. So I'm going to see if I can find those real quick. Maybe he sent to the email. All right, so this is a picture of Nacho's telescope. And there's this nice Subaru in the background. There's a picture of the moon that he took. Now, Nacho, did you do any doctoring to this, or is this what it looks like right out of your telescope? It's very dark up here and very blue back here. This looks like it could be like a vignette, maybe from either the viewfinder or the end of the telescope. Won't let me zoom in. Oops. Nope. Brett Newman says, man, I need to dust off my scope. Yeah, looking at some of his pictures, I kind of want to get a telescope too and try it out. So Nacho says, this is the iPhone through the eyepiece. So are you taking this lens and just sticking it on your eyepiece? Or do you have like a mount or a 3D printed something? Oh, they didn't come in yet. Okay, here we go. Gotcha. This is what he wanted to show. So is this you out at the Kettle Creek? Oh, is this when you went camping with your tent on the back of your Subaru? Everybody's trying to send me stuff. That's a really cool picture, Nacho. I'm not gonna lie. Nacho, do you know what the star trails look like from where you took this picture at? I think star trail is the next thing you need to do with this and go through that process. I can't remember what the M50 can do via time lapse, but if you take a time lapse with your M50 and then throw it into Photoshop and do a star trail on it, I think it would be awesome. All right, I'm going to go check my email. That's funny. All right, it's downloading now, Steven. Steven Drones. So Steve likes that picture. Nacho thanks him for liking it. He sold the telescope, so we won't get any more. Found it on the side of the road with a free sign. I sold it for $500. Dang. That's awesome. So are you taking the $500 and buying a decent telescope? You probably get a pretty good telescope for $500. All right. We are going to play this video file from Steven Drones, and then we're going to call it a night, y'all. Cemetery. All right, that was it. There's another video from Steven Drones. He is he's in charge of footage on this live stream. If you guys would like to share a video or photo on the stream, my email address is below. Sean.ide.studios@gmail.com. So yeah, I think that's all we have for tonight, y'all. We had a really cool chat. To recap what happened tonight, we talked about its 360 Street View. We talked about taking photos with a telescope. If you're interested in taking photos with a telescope, that might be something I might get into and try out on the channel. I have a friend that when the eclipse happened, he took a time lapse of the eclipse. Excuse me, I need to stop. And then he placed either the moon or the sun in all of its places, and it was a really cool shot. And then I have another friend that does star trails, and I was talking about that a little bit earlier to Nacho. Star trails is like where you take, if you think of like a long exposure photo, a long exposure, if light moves, it creates a trail, okay? But like star trails take, hours for the stars to move around. So one thing that you can do is you can take multiple photos and get like a crisp picture of the stars, just like the picture that Nacho showed. And then in that time lapse, you can create a I forget what that's called now. It's been so long. An action, I think. So you can record an action where it will just take the light out of each. So you basically take all the white or the lightest elements out of each image, and then you layer all that light on top of itself, and then you put that on one of your good images. So if you've got your camera on a tripod and you're pointing in one direction, you pick one image that everything else looks good in, and then you lay that light on top of it, and you can see how the Earth is turning. It's really cool. Yep. You take long exposures and stack them. That's a short version of all that I just said. But thank you, Steven Drones, for sending me a video to put on the chat. Thank you, Nacho, for providing a lot of the commentary throughout the night. Eat More Possum, thanks for hanging out. Steven Drones, again, thank you. And Sunrise Water Media. And I think that's everybody that chatted tonight. But yeah, hope you guys have a wonderful night, a wonderful week. I'll catch you on the next video. If you like this stream, please like, subscribe to my channel, click on the bell for notifications or when I put out more live streams, more videos on 360, just more chatter with the homies. Have a wonderful night, y'all. Peace out.